For some reason, it's not showing up on the DSG channel. I don't know why.
It just came up for me.
It did? Okay.
Yeah.
Guess it's delayed.
Try refreshing or something, because that's what I did.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, Hoarder. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for another episode of DSG Presents Nerding Out. I am your host, J. Coon Prime, and right alongside me is my co-host, Hoarder Gamer, and our guest
Hello.
tonight, one of my own, from my own brood, All Wrong, and then, of course, from DSG, we have the one and only Nava Flow. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing well.
Doing good.
Excellent.
Doing good.
Excellent. So, as always, if everybody could take a couple seconds of your time, please share the stream on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let everybody know that we are live and here with another episode for you. We appreciate your support. So, from there, what's everybody been playing this week? We'll go ahead and start with you, Hoarder.
Off-stream Vampire Survivor, and also DC Universe Online on-stream. I've been having a lot of fun with that, and I just got to Endgame and found out how drastically the game has changed since I beat it.
Oh, yeah. So. Yeah, a lot has changed. How about you, Rob? What have you been playing?
Destiny, and then today Fortnite. So that's pretty much it. Besides, every now and again hopping on and pushing my way through Arkham Origins because I've never played it before. So
good game.
It's kind of a rough.
It's a good game. Yeah.
Really good story so far. The combat is just rough. You can definitely tell that Rocksteady did not make that game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference in the timing of combat, and then there's like a whole. Have you seen the bridge yet? The giant bridge?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, going across the bridge back and forth is not the most fun. Otherwise, really good game.
And how about you, Navaflow?
Been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight, some GTA Online. I would have been playing Rainbow Six Siege, the new season, but then that got delayed the same day it was supposed to come out.
Damn, that sucks. And then, what's up?
I was gonna say I was depressed that whole day because I was off from work. I was looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks when you take off and something like that happens. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I didn't take off. I already had off.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, for me, well, if y'all are watching any of my regulars, y'all already know what I've been playing. And we've been playing some Destiny 2, we've been playing some Mortal Kombat 1, and then, of course, we've been playing some Halo and Fortnite, the 4 pillars of gaming over here on my channel. But, you got to be consistent. And you got to tell everybody what you've been doing, because 9 times out of 10, most people ain't going to pay attention to you anyway. So, yeah. So, we got a fairly loaded itinerary tonight. We're going to start off with something that, ironically enough, has really flown under the radar. Haven't really seen a lot of people talking about it. I certainly haven't been talking about it, and apparently it's on the way of being released, and that is the Avatar game being made by Ubisoft. Hoarder, I'll let you take the floor for this, because I'll be honest, I thought we still had another year to wait on this thing.
Yes, even Paul Tassi at Forbes thought the same thing today in a tweet. He was like, I thought this came out in June of 2024. How does it come out this week? So, basically, it's a AAA game from Ubisoft, and I'm excited for it because it looks like a mix between Far Cry and Mirror's Edge. So there's like parkour, and you're doing a lot of very like acrobatic movements as the Na'vi, and graphically it looks amazing, and there's all this sense of detail and everything like that. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fun game. However, very few people know about it. For whatever reason, one of the biggest promotions was today. IGN did a documentary they released. It was like 23 minutes or something.
Really?
Today. Yeah, so the week the game comes out, not like weeks ahead or anything. So the reason I wanted to talk about this today is because 3 weeks ago or so, I found out it was coming out on Thursday, December, 7th or whatever. And I was like, that's insane. I couldn't believe this AAA game. And it's based on, a multi-billion-dollar movie franchise, right?
Yeah.
And James Cameron was involved in the game. It's canon. So I don't know what is going on with Ubisoft's marketing. Did any of you know about this game coming out? And yet, did you know about it coming out this week?
I knew it was coming out, but like I said, I didn't even know it was this week. Like, I don't even know what kind of game it's supposed to be. Like, is it third person? Is it first person? What is it?
Third person, you can see the. Well, actually, it might be first person,
It
third
is first person.
because there's a part where you're riding dragons and I apologize, I don't know what they call the dragons, but you're
Econ.
riding those types of creatures and flying around, so that it goes to third person. So it looks really cool though. Like graphically, it looks beautiful.
Man, I don't really know if I want to play an Avatar game, I want to, see the Ometakaya. I don't know if I'd rock a first-person Avatar game. Like you're just looking down all the time because they're so damn tall. Like,
Exactly.
oh, there's a
you're
human. Where?
You play a Navi, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's all the way to. He looks like an ant.
The flora and fauna look absolutely amazing though. Like when you see the trailers for the game, you're like, "Oh my god, that's beautiful." So like, and I'm not even the biggest fan of the film series, but the world it takes place in, I think, is gorgeous and fascinating, and I am looking forward to actually playing it and seeing that world.
Like I enjoyed the two movies, but then again, I guess you could call me a James Cameron stan. Like I've pretty much liked everything that he's done except Titanic, and that's just mainly because like I can't bring myself to like Titanic. It's like a ship about a boat, the boat's gonna sink. Like anything else just is gonna be completely irrelevant. So you're just sitting there in the theater. When's the damn iceberg show up? Christ. But I mean, yeah, like if Daddy Cameron is involved, like yeah, you better do something right, or he's gonna hammer your ass. But how about anybody else? Is anybody interested in checking this out at all?
Not really.
Wave of applause right there.
I'll be honest. The game it looks beautiful. I didn't know it was coming out this week. I knew about the game, but when I look at it, it's Far Cry with an Avatar skin, and I've played a game and I'm about done with that franchise because
You're Far Cried out.
There's not you can't now. Being in the Avatar universe might add a new spin on it, give it some new flavor, but every time I see it, I just see Far Cry. But don't get me wrong, the game looks beautiful, and I hope people enjoy it. But it's if it goes on deep sale, and when I say deep sale, I mean like $20, $10 bucks, $20. I might pick it up if I get the itch to play it. But yeah, it's not for me.
How about you, Navaflow? Can't hear you. Still can't hear you. Can y'all hear him?
You hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. If I do get it, it's on a sale.
Well, pretty much got our answers there.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it retails at $70, or I think it's like $110 or $120 if you get like the season pass with the extra story content.
Yeah.
It's Ubisoft, so they're doing the whole Assassin's Creed type thing with DLC.
Yeah, the only thing with Ubisoft that I'm kind of curious about, because I was big into Division 2. Like I still like Division 2. I just don't have time to play it, unfortunately. Is obviously Division 3 because they've already said that it's in development, and whatever that new Prince of Persia game is going to be, because I love the Prince of Persia series, and thank God they scrapped the remake of Sands of Time, because God, that looked like a train wreck, and what they're about to release looks a hell of a lot better. So,
yeah, the 2D one looks really awesome. I just watched a good trailer of that yesterday.
Yeah, so I think that's the only thing on my radar as far as Ubisoft goes. For the most part, the rest of their stuff I don't really pay much attention to. But moving on to the next topic, something that again thought was months, if not years away, turns out it's coming out within the next year, and that apparently is a Fallout TV show coming to Amazon Prime. Now, full disclosure, I am not the biggest fan of the Fallout series. I've played Fallout. I played Fallout 3, played Fallout 4, I played New Vegas. Those worlds are okay. I've never been a fan of the whole humanity never surpassed nuclear energy type of thing. Like, that's just where technology stopped. Does anybody else have any light to shed on this series? Like, is it going to be an all-original story? Are they following some kind of plot line? What's going on with it? Rob, you first.
All original story. When it first got announced, Todd Howard said, we do not want you guys to tell a story about a game we already made. That story has been told. Please tell a new story.
And then he just said, it just works.
And it's going to be canon to the Fallout universe. The TV show will be.
Oh,
I'm not a
I love it.
huge Fallout fan myself. I do enjoy the games. Honestly, I may get roasted for this. I fell in love with Fallout through Fallout 76, and I've been playing that off and on since day one, even though it sucked for the first 2 years of its lifetime.
Yeah, it was rough at launch.
I'm not going to say anything about that because, you would have to put me up on the cross right there with you because I sat there and defended Halo Infinite for the first 2 years. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
you won't hear me say nothing.
76 is an amazing game. I love a lot of Bethesda games. Personally, I don't like playing unless it's a super in-depth story game. I don't really like playing single-player games anymore. I love the Arkham series. I don't have a PlayStation, but eventually I'll get all the Spider-Man games when they come. They all come to PC. I know the Miles Morales and the first one's on PC, stuff like that. But Fallout is it's an RPG which I love, but I'm more of a fantasy style, so I don't really play them as much. I think I own all of them, but I've only ever played 3 and 76.
Yeah. And how about you, Hoarder? What are your thoughts on the Fallout TV show?
So the trailer itself gave me a whole almost breathtaking vibe, as in the first trailer or two from Westworld, and it's Jonathan Nolan who's doing this show as well.
Now that
So it
did
just
catch
looked
my
beautiful.
attention.
Yeah, it just looked beautiful and amazing, and some of my favorite actors are in it. One shocked me, actually. So the mutant character that they show in the number of shots, that's Walton Goggins.
The guy
I
with
was
no
like,
nose?
that's insane. Yes, that's him.
Wow.
And then Kyle MacLachlan is in the show, and so is Michael Emerson, also known as Ben Linus from Lost. So I'm very much interested in the cast, and I thought that trailer was just awesome.
I mean, I'll definitely check it out. I'm a big fan of Walton Goggins. I did not realize that was him. And God, you want somebody to just play a gritty asshole. He is the guy to cast. So okay, yeah, that.
And he's
1 point for
playing a
Fallout.
mutant. So
Yeah. How about you, Navaflow?
It does look interesting, but like you, Jay, I'm not the biggest Fallout fan. I've played the games, but I've never really gotten too far into it.
Yeah, for me, gameplay wise, it's just too slow for me. I understand people sing the praise of the VAT system. That's what it's called, right? VATs.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's cool and all, but if I wanted to play a turn-based RPG, I'd just go play a turn-based RPG. There's plenty of them out there that do post-apocalyptic. But yeah, I'm willing to give a Fallout TV show a look. I'm definitely down to give that a try. And moving on to the next topic, things were fairly upbeat. Time to send them right back down to the floor. A day I have been dreading happened yesterday. Halo is getting a season 2.
We were just
Jay
talking
is
about that.
not a happy man.
there apparently are people who love the show. Those people are not Halo fans.
Those people have never played a Halo game in their life.
Yeah. My dad's only played Halo 2, and he said no, I'm good. I'm not watching that show. He said I watched the first 2 episodes. He said that's not Halo, and he's only played 1 game.
Yeah, my dad hasn't played any of the Halo games, but he has religiously read the books, and he didn't even make it all the way through season 1. I forced myself to finish season 1, and it's this is not cheap. Who in their right mind just kicked in the doors of Paramount, gave a pitch meeting of I want to make a show where Master Chief has sex, and they just went, yeah, we could sell that, and then that's it. That's the whole show, is just him never in the armor having sex with a human that thinks she's an alien. It's weird, it's stupid, and it's dumb.
So it's not even good science fiction then, huh?
Oh, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And what is making me so irritated, because I watched the trailer because apparently I'm just a glutton for punishment. They, in this season, are going to be covering pretty much one of the most loved stories in the Halo universe, and it's kind of like the pillar of which the foundation is built upon. They are doing the Fall of Reach.
Oh.
Yeah, and
That's like the best story.
that, like, you want to make an enemy out of me, butcher that story and see what happens.
Could they
If
maybe
it's-
pull it off if it's new writers or?
If it's good, I'll watch it because The Fall of Reach is one of my favorite stories. But you still can't convince me that's a Halo show.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. You heard that show's trash. QMR Rage, you are not wrong. Not even remotely wrong. It's one of the worst adaptations I've ever seen, and I've sat through some. I willingly sat through House of the Dead and Blood Rain. And for me to say that the Halo
Oh my
TV show is
God,
one of the
Huey-
worst game
Huey Ball.
adaptations I've ever seen, that's telling you something. House of
Oh,
the
I-
Dead was better than this.
I sat through Dragon Ball Evolution. I have no right to speak.
I did that, but only with riff tracks involved.
Few things are as bad as Huey Bowl, though. Let me tell you. So I mean,
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, I think Halo suffers from the same problem that The Mandalorian suffered from a long time, or for a while, not a long time. But you have a popular actor, or I guess he's popular. I only know him from Orange Is the New Black as
Yeah,
porn
all I
star.
know him as is Porn Stash from Orange is the New Black. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, it suffers. You have this person who's a known actor like Pedro Pascal. They don't want to. They want people to know it's them under the armor. At least with the Mandalorian, he put the helmet back on, not get completely naked and have sex with somebody else.
Yeah, and like that's the thing, and like this is one of the things where I will sit there and say that the game purists, you need to let that go. It is heavily implied in multiple games that John takes his helmet off. You don't see him, but obviously he takes it off. In the books, he routinely takes the helmet off. He never takes it off until a mission is finished. And they showed that in the Machinima movie, Forward Unto Dawn. The rest of Blue Team took their helmets off. He's still at the back of the Pelican, just, we're not done yet. And I'm not taking it off until we're done. But, like, the novelization of the very first game, called, ironically, Halo, and then the subtitle is The Flood. The commanding officer of the human troops on the ground on Halo, every time Master Chief had to report to him, he would command Chief to take the helmet off because he hated the fact that the Spartans were viewed as superheroes. And he wanted to humanize them as much as humanly possible. That, look, they're just a man, they're no different than the rest of us. So he would demand that they would take their helmets and armor off every time he was within their presence. So that part I'm okay with. If you get a well-known actor, yeah, you're going to eventually show his face. But just like what Allwrong said, he needs to put the helmet back on. You can show it every now and then, but make it something special. Make it something sparse. Like, okay, he showed, like, I don't know how many of y'all saw the very first episode, but he took off his helmet by the end of the first episode.
I
Okay,
did.
you took the helmet off, showed the girl that, hey, look, I'm just a man. I'm human just like you. I'm not a robot. Because that was another thing. So many people saw Spartans but never saw them out of the armor. They thought they were robots. Like, straight up thought they were machines. So, okay, you humanize him a little bit, and then he puts the thing back on because we have a mission to complete. Like, that works. That totally works. It's the fact that the director said he had never played any of the games. The writer said they never played any of the games. The producer said that they never played any of the games. And their excuse for this is they didn't want to be influenced in any way, shape, or form. But if you didn't see any of this, how are you paying homage to the source material? And
How are you
that's
gonna
why we got
adapt-
the train wreck we got.
Yeah, and how are you
like
gonna-
the Covenant or anything like that, or what?
The Covenant was in season 1. They showed, like, yeah, they showed everybody. Like, they showed the Jackals, the Grunts, they showed the Elites. In the final episode, they showed off the Brutes. Those looked great. They even showed the Prophets every now and then. Like, and they actually looked really creepy. So I was like, good job there. Because, like, if you're not feeling uncomfortable in the presence of a prophet, then you did the design wrong. They're supposed to be disturbingly off-putting. But when you don't capture the very essence of what they represent and what they're trying to do, which with this emissary that they had, they did exactly that. The Covenant hates humanity. They believe them to be the descendants of the Forerunners, the next in line to take the mantle, and they hate them for it. Any human is to be executed and killed on sight. That is what the Covenant does. And you have one as a pet, and you taught her to think that she isn't human. You're already ruining it. Like, so I am going to be very, very cautious with season 2. It drops February 8th. I'm going to be very, very cautious. So everyone watching, you may have to mute me in the month of February, because if Suicide Squad doesn't piss me off, then Halo will. But let's go around the table real quick. All wrong, you going to watch season 2? Or are you just going to wait for me to bitch on Twitter?
I'm waiting for you to bitch on Twitter, and if you tell me it's good, or if you tell me at least watch episode 2 and 6, then sure, I'll go do that. But
and how about you, Porter? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't.
No, I was just I have so much on my plate when it comes to watch, like, you know, a list of anime for me that me and my fiance are watching. You know, I'm watching shows that I never watched growing up. So like, I'm currently watching through Star Trek. I never watched all of that growing up. You know.
QMR Rage says they need to have Jay Kuhn on speed dial. I mean, Rage, I'm ready. I will suit up. Get that piece of shit out of here. I'll handle this. They'll CGI out all the fat. Like, how about you, Hoarder?
I might check out the first season. I haven't really seen any of it. So, yeah, I mean, I'll give that a shot. It sounds like it's not going to be enjoyable, but we'll see.
If you're not a Halo fan, you might enjoy it.
I do like Halo. I just don't love Halo. So.
Okay.
In that case, I invite you to come hang out when we do the Halo Legacy on my channel. We're going through the entire series chronologically.
Cool.
Nice.
And Navaflow, how about you? Are you a Halo fan? You going to check out season 2?
Probably not. I couldn't even get past the first 2 episodes.
Strong statement. Take notes, Paramount. Strong statement.
I really couldn't.
They don't care about people like us.
I mean, like, I tried to let it go. Like, when I saw the prop Covenant plasma pistol clearly made out of plywood and you hadn't painted it, I let it go. When you took off his helmet, I let it go. Then you took him out of the armor the very next episode. I let it go. I forgave a lot. And then you got to the final episode, and you finally give us the Master Chief we've been hoping to see. And it wasn't even Master Chief doing it! It was Cortana! You ruined the only 15 minutes we cared about in this series!
Well, we did get Master Cheeks.
Oh my God.
I hate you.
I saw that through Twitter.
He was
not
sitting there just
expecting
mentally
that.
waiting, just, oh, it's almost time.
They should have left the helmet on during that scene. It would have been better.
Oh my God. Chick's just
helmet
licking the
stays
eye
on.
plate, just.
He gets all serious. The helmet stays on.
He puts Cortana on mute.
She's
Leaves the
playing,
camera
slow
on just
jazz.
so she can gawk in horror.
Hey, yo. Jesus.
No, she's playing the slow jazz in his helmet.
Just an a cappella version of the Halo theme. Just.
Cortana, play back what happened 2 weeks ago.
Screw you,
John,
Chief.
John, I can't do that. My memory's corrupted.
Folks, I never said that this was going to be a PG podcast. Just let me say that going forward.
Oh, God.
All right, so moving on to the next topic. I heavily debated discussing this, but Hoarder kind of turned me around on it. We are going to touch, briefly I might add, on a little thing called NDA. So, yes, pretty much everybody here got selected to do a certain thing. we had to agree to an NDA, which stands for non-disclosure agreement, or in labor's terms, no discussing anything. And a lot of y'all did not pay attention to that at all, did ya? So, I'm going to take my dad's moniker for a second and just go, hi, Papa Prime here, telling you that if you want to further yourself as a content creator or a streamer, whichever you prefer, we don't judge over here, do whatever you like. If you want to further your opportunities, when you're handed something like an NDA, shut your goddamn mouth! Thank you. Moving on. So Destiny 2 had a new season, Season of the Wish, and it had a brand new dungeon called the Warlord's Ruin. For those of you here on the channel, you saw us go through the dungeon with my buddy All Wrong, our buddy a really buff duck. Quite a few deaths, a few booby traps, you know. But is this enough to keep Destiny's head above water with a now 7-month wait until what is potentially the final expansion of the game, the final shape? All wrong.
No, I'll be honest. No, look, the dungeon, I love. Yeah, there are parts about it that just tick me off.
Yeah, I noticed.
The final boss, I think they need to tweak its attack speed. It attacks way too fast or way too often. I'm sitting there with 3, void resistance on the chest piece, still getting one-shotted. You can't mitigate one-shots. I even ran it on Master today, and actually, I ran it faster on Master difficulty than we did on normal.
That's probably because I wasn't there. Sorry.
No. I'll blame Scott.
Oh, well, damn, all right.
But they had like the new activity coil. It's really cool. After a while, though, it's gonna get boring after about a month because we're gonna have all the crafted weapons. There's no reason to run it.
Yeah.
But this new dungeon, lore-wise, is really good. Gameplay-wise, pretty decent. It is tough, but not to where like Ghost of the Deep was. You get to the final boss in Ghost of the Deep, I'm gonna summon moths. I'm going to you gotta touch that orb so you can see where to dunk this stuff. Well, I'm gonna peg you the whole time.
I'm gonna put it right in the middle of the stage so everything shoots at you.
At least there's a lot of cover in the final area in this one, but they have some stuff that we've talked about that they're going to be adding in. But that's not coming until like in 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting some of that other stuff, so they screwed the pooch. They really did. They should. They knowing that this is the final season, there needs to be more content.
Yeah.
Especially it's a 7-month season. Yeah.
Now, Hoarder, me and Rob have pretty much been on the front line of this, but I would love to get your perspective as a outsider looking in. What do you think about all this Destiny stuff going on right now?
I would say it doesn't look good because now if we're looking at February when then the final shape was supposed to come out, right?
Yep.
There's a number of things we're seeing, right? We're looking at, and I'm just going to say the name right now, real quick. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. That's February 2nd. So then you have the first Descendant. That was a really good beta. So there's that. That's going to bring people, excite people. Okay. Right towards the end of January, you have Season 3 of Diablo 4.
And then by the end of February, you have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Multiversus supposedly is going to come back with a ton of content early in 2024. So you have all these things that are going to be competing for people. Oh, and who knows? We might even get an open beta for what Soulframe it's called from the makers of Warframe, and that doesn't even count what's coming to Warframe. So the way I think it's going to happen is it's going to be like almost a miracle. Like the game is going to come out, the final shape is going to come out, and that's going to blow people's minds like Forsaken did. That's just my thought, but I think it's going to be real rough going from February to June.
Navaflow, have you been keeping up with Destiny at all?
be honest, no, I have not been keeping up with Destiny. All I know is that a new season was coming. That's about it. I haven't even seen the trailer at all.
I gotcha. All right, so I guess time for me to put my 2 cents in. Like, yeah, the deck is definitely stacked against Bungie right now. I get that you need to do a bit more of an aggressive drip feed in order to cover 7 months, but yeah, they got to bring the thunder this time, or they may have dug themselves a grave that they can't climb out of this time. And then everything is going to fall on Marathon, which is still another 2 years away. So yeah, I'm here. I'm on the front lines. I'll be here all the way to the end of the line, but it is not looking good right now. But moving on, we have a mini flex from our very own Hoarder Gamer. Take it away.
Okay, everybody. In case you don't know, I have a show called Hoarder's Comic Flex here on this very channel, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central, and I talk about comic books. And I thought the best thing to do would be, let's just focus on the books that come out in like 3 days. So I have a part that's called The Future of Comics all the way to 3 days from today. It's usually 1 week, but that when it makes sense in this context. So, first up, we have Thunderbolts #1. Bucky Barnes has gotten his hands on some insane intel, and he wants to build a team and hunt down these perpetrators of terrible, terrible things across the world. It's Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing, a team of writers, 2 of my favorite writers in comics currently. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm actually going to review that on the show. And the other book I covered was Batman 140. It's part 2 of the Mind Bomb story arc, and you don't even have to know Batman that well to let me tell you this. Batman is not in control of his faculties. Zur-Anar is, and Zur-Anar was something that Batman created to protect his psyche. The only problem is right now Zur-Anar is standing in front of Joker, possibly strangling him to death, and Bruce can't do anything about it because he's in his mind facing off against the other Batmen that have been throughout always, basically. So Mind Bomb has been awesome. Chip Zdarsky, a great writer, and currently the Batman books themselves, Batman and Detective Comics, Chip Zdarsky on Batman, Ram V on Detective Comics have been excellent. So I highly recommend those, and I hope to see you on Wednesday when I talk about comic books, including the Thunderbolts one. Thank you very much.
Nice. But all right, so moving on, we have our fail of the week. I sent out feelers, tried to get some people to send me their funny clips, whether it be of themselves or their friends, and unfortunately, not a lot of people responded this time around. So we have pulled one of my own to showcase this week. Thankfully, the fail is not mine. I may have instigated it, though. But none other from one of my brood, known as Cyberclouds. If you've been to my channel before, y'all are fully aware of this guy and how much we have to yell at him. So this clip is from when we were playing Fortnite, and we decided to go into the user-created experience, and we found a version of Squid Game. So we were playing red light, green light, and I may or may not have dared somebody to run back out there. I will let the clip say the rest.
Yeah, lol, this is stupid.
I dare somebody to go back out there.
No, I am not. I wanna win.
Of course the dumbass does it. You can't fix stupid.
Every time it appears on my YouTube.
Say what?
It appears on my YouTube quite often, and it cracks me up.
Yeah. But yeah, as always, if you have a funny clip to share, please DM myself or Hoarder Gamer. over on Twitter, or even hit us up in the DSG page over on Twitter as well. We'll see about getting your clip showcased. Moving on, Mortal Kombat 1 dropped a trailer today for the upcoming release of the character known as Quan Chi and the cameo fighter known as Chameleon. Kha Melion. The female version of Chameleon that was originally only available on the Mortal Kombat trilogy back on the N64. And then she showed up one more time in Mortal Kombat Armageddon on the Nintendo Wii, of all places. That was it. It was like, wow, all right. Quan Chi releases in a little over a week, with Chameleon dropping next month. Anybody been keeping up with Mortal Kombat at all, or am I going to be kind of alone on this island here?
I have.
Keeping up with it a bit, yeah.
I watch you play it.
You watch me be bad at it. Yeah.
Better than most, but
Yeah.
Better than me.
Yeah, but when you have a tournament coming up, it's like, yeah, you're better than most ain't good enough. Like, but I digress. Okay, so yeah, for those of you that play Mortal Kombat 1, you're excited to check out Quan Chi, I have a reaction video up on my YouTube channel. Please go check it out, show it some love. Try and get us shoved back into that algorithm there. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you have the combat pack, you can look forward to playing Quan Chi December 14th, I do believe, with Chameleon showing up at the beginning of January. So be sure to be on the lookout for those, because if you have the combat pack, you've already paid for them. You just get to download them and go. If you do not have the combat pack, I believe it'll be $8 for Quan Chi and then $6 for Chameleon if you want to keep your roster full. And then finally, we're moving on to the real meat and potatoes here of the podcast, and that is Fortnite just got done wrapping up their live event yesterday. Navaflow, all wrong, y'all were there with me during the live event. What did y'all think about it?
I thought it was dope. Honestly, I enjoyed it. I do wish the Eminem part was a bit longer, though. I get why some people would say no because copyright.
That, and
overall,
like, I already counted at least 3 blips during his performance. Like, okay, all right, he already hit his limit. Like,
right.
how about you, Hoarder? Did you get a chance to check it out?
I did not. I'm interested in some of the other information that came out though yesterday about Fortnite, but I unfortunately did not check out the event.
Gotcha. And we'll touch on the other info here in just a moment. And all wrong, what did you think of the live event?
out of the handful I played, this one was the best part of it was all the cool stuff I got to see that's coming soon.
Yeah.
I'll have to send it to you later. It's a funny TikTok that talks about pretty much like it shows a guy popping up singing the Eminem part. He's like, "All right, goodbye," after 5 seconds, and just dips.
That was kind of how it went too.
Yeah.
He's like, he just said a bunch of stuff at us, and all right, I'm done. Bye.
Yeah, it's like, and I
out
get
you
it.
go.
Copyright and stuff like that, but that they could have done more. Like, you're like, oh, Eminem's putting on a performance. He did 30 seconds of 2 songs.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
And we had to play Guitar Hero.
Yeah, we got to play
Guitar Hero. That was fun.
Yeah.
Ish. Playing Guitar Hero on a controller, what I always wanted.
Right.
But let's move on to the other news that came out. Not only did they show the live event, but they also released the trailer for Fortnite Chapter 5, Season 1, titled Underground, which is currently live right now. And yes, that is precisely what I will be doing the moment this podcast is over, is just diving face first back to that map. So a lot of stuff has changed in Fortnite now. Not only do you have the return of, gold, swimming, vehicles, augments, I believe. Not too sure on the augments just yet. Brand new weapon pool with weapon attachments now available that you can actually find with them already on the weapon, or you can find weapon benches throughout the map, spend your gold, and modify them to your liking. Every single weapon in the game. Another battle pass with handsome Peter Griffin as one of the characters, and then the secret character of the battle pass being Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid, coming in 2 versions, Metal Gear Solid 2 Snake and Metal Gear Solid 4 Snake, Old Snake, with a teaser in the trailer. For those of you that were sharp enough to spot it, at some point in Chapter 5, we will see the arrival of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Hoarder, take it away.
Okay, so I'm a big fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I do like Solid Snake a lot. For me, though, the stuff that was really exciting was like the Lego, the rhythm game, the arcade racing thing that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is really interesting to me, and it's interesting to me because it's like they're basically trying to take the money from Roadblocks, it seems, or the fans from Roadblocks, but like they're going to be offering like, it sounds almost like triple A games, like really high quality, and everything else, on Roblox for the most part is a really kind of DIY type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, DIY, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I know what you meant. But yeah, not only are we seeing that, we are seeing the arrival of a racing mode, a rhythm mode, courtesy of Epic and Harmonix. The racing mode doesn't surprise because, well, Epic owns Rocket League. Fun little fact about the Rocket Racing mode, apparently if you have a Rocket League account, any of the cars or racers that you have on your Rocket League account, you will be able to carry over to the Rocket Racing mode within Fortnite, and you can use your Rocket League arsenal in the new racing mode. And then on top of that, yeah, the Lego survival mode, which definitely looks like Roblox meets Lego meets Minecraft type of deal. I know All Wrong got really excited over that. He's a big fan of survival games, and that definitely looks like that's what it's shaping up to be. So yeah, I feel like I'm talking for everybody. Somebody else talking.
I was gonna say I'm very, very ashamed of myself. My first match of season 5, I dropped in and got obliterated by Peter Griffin.
Did he,
There's a
did he
he's on the
giggle
map
at
as
you?
a boss. No, but he's wearing a gold suit. He's one. So it looks like every character in the battle pass is a boss on the map.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Oh,
Yeah. They all have their own hideouts, and the first one we happened to land at, Peter Griffin just obliterated me. I was like, oh great, this is embarrassing.
I heard if you drop Peter, he doesn't just immediately pixelate away. He drops down and holds his knee and just.
Yep.
I heard he does
I've
that.
seen it.
The fights, honestly, this time around, or even in no build mode, are a lot more intense compared to when we were playing OG. I think no build mode is a lot better this time around because there's a lot of places to hide, a lot of covers. Not like OG map where it's like I'm a bush, they don't know where I'm at.
Why is
But,
that Bush running with a semi-automatic
yeah.
rifle?
This is the first time I've been excited to play Fortnite, and I'm not a Fortnite player. I don't like playing by myself, but I could see myself solo playing this season.
Yeah, pretty much any time he played Fortnite is because I yelled at him to get on. So.
Yeah, and with the attachments, when I whip out the guns, it feels like I'm playing Call of Duty because of the way that you zoom in and stuff. Like the gunplay feels a lot better. All the guns that I got to use feel great. There's not one gun I hate so far.
That's awesome. Hoarder, are you finally going to take the dive back in?
Yes, but again, probably more like for the Lego and the other stuff that's coming. Yeah, so like, are you saying then that they have like the skins that you can get, but they also have like NPCs on the map that attack you and stuff? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, that's
like
wild.
that's actually been a thing for a while now. Like you have NPCs on the map that like you can interact with, or in the case like this one, like it was in like chapter 4, season 4 of like the heist season or whatever. There are certain NPCs guarding certain locations, and if you take them out, they'll drop items or they'll drop keys to a vault that'll have even more loot in it and all that different type of stuff. Yeah, interactive NPCs have been a thing for a while, at least for as long as I've been playing, which is going on about 3 years now.
We even got to fight Darth Vader as a boss one year.
That was horrifying.
Oh my god, you be running away halfway across the
Yeah,
map,
he just force pulls you right back. And it's like,
That was the scariest boss I think we've fought so far.
Not the flow.
I am looking forward to to the season, mainly like the racing one, the Lego one as well, but obviously also still the regular battle royale modes. I ha- I have yet to play the seasons, but I did buy the battle pass.
That's what's up. Queue times have also been absolutely atrocious today. I tried logging in while at work, and I had a hour and 20-minute queue time. Anybody else encounter this at all?
I had a 15-minute queue time when I got on this morning.
Damn.
This morning when I had like a 1 minute queue time, but then since I left to do something else, when I came back, I had like a 20-minute queue.
Yeah. And then the servers broke today. They were down for a while. Like you couldn't, like only like a handful of people were actually able to play the battle royale.
Oh wow.
Yeah, even some of the custom games were broken too. Like the whole server just died.
I guess me waiting to play later tonight was a good idea.
Yeah, everything seems better now.
Excellent. But yeah, I definitely got to admit, like the harmonics, like apparently all four of these game modes, like the battle royale already has a battle pass, but apparently the Lego mode, the harmonics mode, the racing mode are all going to have battle passes of their own as well. They
that's
showcased
clever.
the harmonics battle pass already. Apparently, I don't know if this can like carry over, but you will supposedly get a skin for the R&B artist known as The Weeknd. So like
Huh.
he's going to be one of the ones showcased in the rhythm mode, and I'm like, okay, so can I use that skin over in the VR? Or I know I can't use the car, but like, uh, it's in my opinion a little aggressive with the monetization. But if these are going to be like their own dedicated modes, where like people like they're only going to play that one mode. Like Rocket League players, they're only going to play racing. The Minecraft people, they're only going to play the Lego mode. The three dudes in Wyoming that are still playing Guitar Hero are only gonna play the rhythm part of the game. Like, I mean,
The cars do carry over to battle royale.
the cars do.
Yeah, you actually have a thing where you can customize the cars, and then so whatever car they match up with in game, when you get into that car, it transforms into that car.
Oh
that you've
wow!
customized.
All right.
Yeah. So you actually get a car customization.
You'll always know where someone is. Then it's like, yeah, that's their car right there. Yep, let's go get him.
Pretty much.
Like, but all right, and our final piece for tonight, the Game Awards is this Thursday. I have already gotten the go ahead to co-stream it. I don't know if anybody else has. Is anybody else co-streaming it?
Not yet. I don't know exactly what's going on with it yet. Possibly.
Okay. Well, if not, you're always welcome to come hang out with us over on my channel. Any predictions of what you think you're going to see or what you're hoping to see? We kind of covered this once already, but a refresher never hurts. Navaflow, why don't you go first? You've been nice and patient this entire time.
I would say GTA 6, but we already got that announcement. But I'm honestly not sure what else to expect. Maybe something for that Wonder Woman game that's still being worked on. We didn't get anything till last year, since last.
And what?
Other than that, I'm not.
What is something you're hoping to see?
Mainly that, like the Wonder Woman game. Maybe an update on Star Wars Outlaws as well.
I completely forgot all about that game. Yeah. But all right then. Hoarder, how about you?
It would be funny if Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman could both be there, because that would be then the third year that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has been at the Game Awards with something to show. So that would just be great. And it's been since 2021 since we've seen anything on Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
so I
that's
would
true.
really like that. But what I really, really think we might see, Metroid Prime 4. They've been incredibly quiet about it, and there have been all these insane rumors like that, it's still being worked on and stuff, and some people are like, it's going to launch with a new version of the Switch.
Mhm.
So it'd be great to see that, because I'm a huge fan of Metroid Prime.
I mean, has the Game Awards ever had a history of announcing first-party titles? Or, like, platform exclusives?
There was one point where they announced a console, I thought, wasn't there? Like 2
I
or
don't
3 years
remember.
ago or something? You sometimes yes and sometimes no. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that they have at some point announced a game that no one knew about. They had to have, I would think, at some point.
Yeah, gotcha. Michael Ortega says in the chat, Marvel's Avengers 2 by EA. You are the king of wishful thinking.
But I think it was the PS5 that was announced at the Game Awards.
The PS5?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was that.
Yeah, I could have sworn they announced the
Either that or
console
the
at the Game
Xbox.
Awards.
I mean, I'm willing to believe either one because I don't remember. The only thing I ever remember is that guy saying F the Oscars, Al Pacino being on stage, not remembering where the hell he was, Christopher Judge calling somebody an effing beast, and
The Bill Clinton kid.
yeah, the Bill
Oh,
Clinton
my
kid,
God.
I remember him, and I for some reason remember the Untitled Goose Game bit because it had the Muppets involved. The rest of it is just kind of a blur.
If we get somebody else crashing that again, I swear to God.
Yeah,
We need better security.
They said that security is supposed to be better this year. We'll find out.
If
Two-
not,
two-
a
oh, go ahead.
running, if not, it's just like a running joke, I guess.
hasn't there been at least one person that's kind of crashed the Game Awards every single year?
In the
Yeah.
last 2 or 3 years, yes.
Yeah.
There was also that guy at the Microsoft thing who was like, I want GTA 6, give me GTA 6 now.
Oh yeah,
Like,
ran up on
that-
stage.
Oh, God, yeah, that.
But then he thought he was funny and brought up Bill Clinton again, like the kid at the Game
Yes.
Awards. It was
yeah,
just
like,
goofy.
that was just pathetic.
Yeah. So like one thing that I thought was funny, I don't know if it's GameSpot or IGN, but one of the two of them, I believe, did a mock-up of Jeff Keighley and behind him Ed 209 from RoboCop. So the idea that they that they like really had better security this year, I thought that was funny.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
one
With
of the
Ed
only-
209, better security. Ed 209. I don't know, Chief.
And one of the only flexes I can make is I actually was at the Game Awards in 2021, and that's where Deborah Wilson actually was Amanda Waller and played her on stage, and that was pretty awesome. That was actually really
I was actually
I
going to make
remember that.
mention of that with
I
you saying like
remember that.
Suicide Squad being there a third year in a row. I was like, give them a reason to bring Deborah Wilson back. Absolutely, 'cause
Yes,
she can't
definitely.
promote Destiny right now. Like-
Definitely.
Remember that.
Although seeing her come down in a giant elaborate winged uniform looking like Savathun would be pretty impressive. I will say that. How about you, Rob? Anything you're hoping to see at the Game Awards?
Even though I wasn't a really huge fan of Death Stranding, I'd like to see more Death Stranding too.
Absolutely.
The story was amazing. The gameplay was boring. You were a UPS delivery. Look, I know you love the game. I thought when you actually got to fight things, gameplay was fun. Other than that,
He's gone.
he has to go get he probably has to go get BB.
The director's cut was absolutely awesome too. Like it made things a lot better, I think, than the original version of the game.
I got that one. The only reason I played it was
Do not
because
speak to me or
God.
my son ever again.
Ah!
the story was amazing. Don't get me wrong. I kept playing the game because the story was great. And when you actually got to fight things, that was cool. But having to be careful and not kill anyone because you could cause a blackout or whatever it was called, I was like,
Void out.
oh god. Yeah. So
I mean, I
I'd like
liked
to see-
that. Like, I liked that because it required you to get creative with how you handled
Yeah.
people. And turns out, one of the most creative and most effective ways was just hurl a package at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, the story was good. Everything, the environment was pretty. I get that part of it was just like the whole story was it's just him being alone and doing these things because reasons.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see more of what's going on with the second game because I'm invested now. Even if I don't like the gameplay, I'm probably gonna play the second one now. On top of that, I'd like to see Elden Ring DLC. I'm a you know me,
Yeah.
Jay. I love my Souls likes. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that's coming out,
Oh, the last
Oh,
Ronin. Yeah.
The Last
I would
Ronin.
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
to see
I
some of
forgot
that.
and the rumored Silent Hill 2 remake.
Oh.
I thought that was confirmed at this point.
I don't know. Haven't heard anything about it except that it's
Confirmed.
that.
Bloober said
Oh, did it?
something that that it's still coming. We're still working on it.
Okay.
We just can't really talk about it or something. They
Yeah.
did some sort of official thing.
It'd be nice to see something small like a trailer or a teaser
Sure.
or just here's Pyramid Head.
I can hear Saki Sakura screaming right now.
Silent, like I was a Silent Hill gamer. No, I wasn't big into Resident Evil, which is weird to me because I love zombie games. And now that I'm older, I've been slowly playing through all the Resident Evil games, especially now that they're being remade. So I get
Oh
a
yeah,
better, get a
perfect
window.
timing.
I love the remakes.
Especially since they announced we're gonna keep remaking games. So 5 is probably next on the way, and I loved 5. That's the game that got me to play all of them.
The rumor is Veronica's next.
Okay. I heard 5.
No.
I remember Jay
Oh.
playing through those. He hates Veronica.
I hate Code Veronica.
They're not calling it that, but it's got the same story arc and everything. And leaker that has leaked other things that were correct is the person who said this is happening.
Okay. So Resident Evil.
I mean, what else can you
4.5?
call it? Like, it was all around, like, what, the Ashford Legacy? Resident Evil, the Ashford Legacy? Like, I mean, it's surrounded by this new... It was all about a new strand of virus called the T. Veronica virus. So, like, what else are you going to call it except Code Veronica?
I don't know.
Resident Evil 3.5. Like,
Oh, and maybe Wolverine gameplay.
Oh
Or
God,
trailer.
yes.
True.
Oh my God.
I feel like that, yeah, that one just kind of goes without saying. Well, all right, actually, let me change that. I don't think we'll see Wolverine. I think that because Insomniac is owned by Sony and all that, we will have to wait for a state of play to see that. Because
Possibly.
I don't think they really ever showed anything Spider-Man-esque at the Game Awards.
The one thing I did hear that is a rumor is Ghost of Tsushima 2, but that's under Sony, so that would probably be showed at State of Play if that was a thing.
Oh, just right there. Just put it right in my veins if that winds up happening.
I would like to see an announcement of Ghost of Tsushima on PC because I don't have. I mean, I technically have a PlayStation. I don't want to bring it from downstairs and hook it up to my TV up here.
Oh, heaven forbid.
If anything, I'll buy a PS5 so it runs better. I don't have a fan in this room. I play video games. My fiance plays video games, and we've got 2 dogs
Yeah.
that just hang out with us. It's already hot as hell. I don't need a jetpack going off.
But all right, that pretty much wraps up to this episode of Nerding Out. Thank you everyone for watching. I greatly appreciate the support. Be sure to slap that like button wherever you're watching. It really helps us all out. And if you are brand new, please subscribe to the channels, whether you're watching over on my channel or you're watching direct over on the Doom Squad Gaming channel. In fact, don't even bother subscribing to me if you don't want to, but go subscribe over to the Doom Squad channel. It really helps us out. Navaflow, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at Twitch, twitch.tv/NavaFlow with a 0 instead of an O, because I know a lot of people get that confused.
All right. And Hoarder, tell us where they can find you.
Twitch.tv/Hoarder Gamer. I do a lot of Diablo 4 right now, doing a lot of DC Universe Online, and I'll be doing Avatar at some point towards the end of this upcoming week. And as you know, on this channel, Hoarder's Comic Flex, 8 p.m. Central, same channel here on Wednesdays.
Excellent. And you can find Rob lurking in my channel over at twitch.tv/jcoonprime.
Man, you ruined it. I figured you were gonna ask me, and I was like, yeah, you can find me at twitch.tv.
/jcoonprime, yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to steal your thunder there.
Man, I haven't dipped my toes into streaming yet. I got other things on my plate, so
He'll
One
get
of these
there
days.
eventually.
yeah, I got other things. I have priorities.
Yeah, and if you are watching right now, you already know where you can find me. All socials at jcoonprime, YouTube at darkmetalj. And thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. If you are a regular on my channel, don't go nowhere. In about 10 minutes, we will be back with a whole lot of Fortnite Chapter 5. And if you're watching over on the Doom Squad channel, thank you once again for taking a little bit of your time out of your day to come hang out with us. Thanks again. See you later.
Bye-bye.